We believe he was actively eluding the police to avoid arrest.
And also new tonight, he's the violent suspect who allegedly ambushed his ex-girlfriend and locked horns with police in an hours-long standoff. And now we're learning that he got away from Montcalm County deputies just weeks earlier after running that same ex-girlfriend's car off the road, ramming her several times.
So we're asking, how did he get away after that first vicious attack?
Our own Coco McAvoy is getting some answers tonight. Here's her report from Morley.
This is the home where Brandon Clements barricaded himself all day Wednesday, but before that, officers spent 2 months trying to track him down. We wanted to know if there was a way that Clements could have been in custody sooner, so we took that question to officials.
Is there anything that you think the department could have done differently to try to track him down earlier?
No, I mean, we within the resources that we have available to this, we put every effort forward to try to bring people to justice.
The Montcalm County Sheriff's Department had their first run-in with Brandon Clements back in June when he allegedly assaulted his ex-girlfriend. Clements was arrested but then sent to the hospital after complaining of medical problems.
There was indications there was going to be ongoing medical treatment, and he was actually going to be leaving that facility.
So deputies decided to leave the hospital.
Then he took the opportunity to make his break at that time.
That break turned into a 2-month period where Clements was on the run with no trace, despite efforts to find him.
There were actually some silent observer tips that came in that we followed through on, but were unsuccessful until Wednesday's event.
Earlier that day, the same victim found Clements hiding in the back seat of her car when she got off work. She eventually got out of the car and ran, but Clements took off in her car and barricaded himself inside of her home for several hours.
And then continued the standoff until he gave himself up, I understand, about 10 o'clock that evening.
The department isn't a stranger to these kind of explosive incidents, but say there's always room for improvement to make sure something like this doesn't happen again.
We evaluate all the cases, especially when we have something that turns into this magnitude. Yeah, we try to look them over, look for ways that we could have either better responded to it or to even have avoided the situation to start with. We do what we can. We do the best with what we have, and fortunately this one ended where no one was injured.
Clements was arraigned yesterday on a number of charges from Wednesday's incident and the incident from June. We'll of course be keeping track of this story, and we'll let you know if we learn anything more. In Morley, I'm Coco McAvoy, 24 Hour News 8.